can we access the wisdom embedded in our bodies? In my video today, I'd like to talk about the body's long memory and how messages we receive in our dreams provide us with an important means for healing. So, what is your body remembering in dreams? Hi, everyone. I'm Katharine Donovan-Kane, and my work in the world is inner wisdom, wayfinding, and dream work. Recently, I was speaking to a plastic surgeon who called just prior to an upcoming procedure. You see, in a few days, they were going to remove some cancer cells from my face. And naturally, he wanted to talk about skin. So, well, I thought it was a good time to volunteer information about my fair complexion and that I grew up on Long Island, basically on the beach. And he quickly responded, I bet you spent a lot of time on the west end of Jones Beach. So I realized I was speaking to another Long Islander. And yeah, I recalled hours on the hot sand and the salty ocean waves. I liked the water, but really didn't like the sun. I never tanned, only burned. So there was Noxzema to cool off my skin when I got home. And he said to me, the skin always remembers. So again, this made me pause because I immediately thought of another teacher of mine who said the body is always dreaming. How interesting that a medical doctor and a psychologist both had such similar reflections about the body. It made me wonder, what is my body remembering? It's been more than 2 weeks now since my procedure, and generally I heal quickly, but there's still a small indication of an inflamed area and scar on my face. I wasn't sure how my face would respond to treatment, so I didn't think I'd be able to do this recording, but here I am. Because in part, I realized for me that hiding wasn't an option anymore. There was something that my body wanted to say, and I decided that it was time to stop covering up who I am in the moment. There is something that this old skin injury wanted to make clear, something that wanted to make itself known. And typical of me, when I get curious, I ask lots of questions. So I wrote a blog post that expanded on my experience, and I invite you to read about that. I put a link to it, a direct link to it in the description below. But today I wanted to say that as a spiritual life coach, my expertise is dream work. So I always am interested in exploring what happens in the dreamscape, to dialogue with dream figures that emerge. And especially now, since these physical or emotional injuries appear or reappear in waking life, the body always remembers, it's always dreaming. And it is constantly aware of itself in ways that we're only beginning to understand. My article expands on a practice of how to ask dreams for help to more fully understand the wounding or emotionally upsetting experiences that are popping up. I believe that this presents an opportunity for all of us to be an active part in our own healing and recovery process, together with all of the other medical experts that we pulled together. Gathering healers in waking life and healing figures that appear in our dreams gives us that opportunity to participate and to be involved in this creation of a new restorative synthesis in our body. Thank you for listening today. Please visit my blog and um, on my website and leave a comment about your healing experience. Until then, be well and see you next time. Bye for now.